In a recent interview, the United States President Donald Trump made a very strong statement about Tesla's plan to build a manufacturing plant in India, calling it very unfair to America. His comments came just days after Tesla CEO Elon Musk met with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi during his visit to the US. Trump believes that foreign countries, specifically India, take advantage of the US by imposing high tariff on American products, making it extremely difficult for US companies to sell their goods abroad. He specifically pointed out that India has extremely high tariff on imported cars, which makes it nearly impossible for companies like Tesla to sell cars in India without facing huge costs. He said, every country in the world takes advantage of us, and they do it with tariff. They make it practically impossible for him, Elon Musk he was talking about, to sell a car in India. While Trump did not directly oppose Tesla opening a factory in India, he argued that it would hurt American manufacturers and put them at a disadvantage. He further said, if he builds the factory in India, that's okay, but it's unfair to us. It's very unfair. Now let's talk about Tesla's struggle with high Indian tariff now. Elon Musk has often spoken about how India's high tariff make it impossible for Tesla to enter the Indian market. Currently, India imposes around 100% import duty on foreign cars, which means that a Tesla car, which will cost around $50,000 in the US, would cost $1 lakh in India due to these taxes. Now, this particular policy protects Indian car makers but makes it expensive for global brands to sell cars in India. Musk has repeatedly asked the Indian government to lower these tariffs so that Tesla can sell its electric cars in India at a very competitive price. However, the Indian government has been reluctant, encouraging Tesla to set up a factory in India instead. In the meantime, Trump also criticized India's tariff on American motorcycles, pointing out that while India charges a 100% tariff on US-made motorcycles, the US only charges 2.4% tariff on Indian motorcycles. According to Trump, this unfair trade practices is an example of how India benefits from US without offering the same trade opportunity in return. But let me tell you, to counter this, Trump threatened to introduce reciprocal tariff, meaning that if India charges a 100% tariff on American goods, the US will do the same for Indian goods. Trump said, I told Prime Minister Modi yesterday, there's what we are going to do, reciprocal. Whatever you charge, I am charging. He added that nobody can argue against this policy as it simply ensures fair trade between the two nations. Now let's look at a bigger picture here. Trump's comments came at a time when US-India trade relationships are becoming more complex. While both countries are major trading partners, the issue of tariff and trade balances have been a long-standing concern. Tesla has been interested in entering India for years, but the combination of high import tariff and an underdeveloped electric vehicle market has made it extremely difficult for companies to make a move. India, on the other hand, is trying to boost its domestic EV industry, and they want companies like Tesla to manufacture cars in India instead of just selling imported models. However, if the US imposes reciprocal tariff, as Trump suggests, it could lead to trade tension between the two nations. This could impact not just Tesla, but also other American companies looking to expand in India. If we see it for Tesla and India, then Tesla is currently at a very critical decision point. If the import tariff remains high, the company may be forced to set up manufacturing plant in India, something that would require billions of dollars in investment. On the other hand, if the US imposes reciprocal tariff on Indian goods, it could negatively affect Indian exporters who rely on the US market. Now, for Indian consumers, this debate means that Tesla cars will continue to be very expensive until and unless the Indian government lowers tariff or Tesla sets up a local production. For now, the situation remains uncertain and the final decision will depend on future negotiations between US and India. So in conclusion, Trump's statement is a clear signal that the US is ready to take a tougher stance on trade policy. Whether this will result in Tesla getting easier access to India or India facing new tariff on its export, it is yet to be seen. One thing is certain, the future of Tesla in India is tied to the larger political and economic relationship between the two countries.